For the next part, we'll talk about how the role younger generation can play, and we'll have the youngest one from our group to share this topic with all of you. So I'll pass it on to Victor.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Victor, a psychiatric nursing student, and I'm going to present on why the youth should be involved in mental health. So, 75% of mental disorders begin by the age of 24. Why do they begin by the age of 24? If you look at the Erick Erickson development stages, you'll find in adolescence, there is identity versus role confusion. This is the age where they are trying to find their identity. And so they'll try to find their identity based on their peers. So they'll try to do what their peers are doing. If their peers are using drugs, they'll try to fit in. If their peers maybe are dating, they want to date. Then you go to the next stage where it is the young adults who are still below the age of 24. There's isolation versus intimacy. Everybody wants an intimate connection with each other. So you'll find that these things contribute to mental health disorders. If you're not able to fit, if you are in isolation, you'll end up getting depression. You'll end up getting anxiety. If maybe you are in role confusion, you'll end up getting some disorders such as body dysmorphic disorder, among many others. So most of these risk factors, these are the risk factors I've mentioned, including the drugs and substance abuse for mental disorders, exert their role before the age of 25, and I've explained the reason. So here are the roles of the younger generation that we can play in mental health awareness. So I'll start with the youth-centered empowerment in providing support and training. So youth-centered empowerment, youth-centered. So it is composed of the youths. You know, we the youths have a tendency of fearing the old people because the old people may be judgmental. They may tell you, why are you doing this? This is not acceptable. So, but when the youths come together and they share, they'll be free and they will have no fear. So that's the reason why youths should come together and support each other. Then there is utilization of digital platforms and social media stroke networking sites for effective communication. So this is the utilization of digital platforms such as the social media, such as the groups, the WhatsApp groups, the Facebook groups, every other group. Then there is creative and expressive arts, e.g., YouTube, poem, song, and drawing. And as a young person, I've I've done these expressive arts in poetry. So I'll present one of my poems that I wrote about mental illnesses. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Before he presents, there's something he has not mentioned. He's very humble, he's very shy, kind of. But he has a YouTube channel that is coming up with just to discuss about mental health. And I'd like everyone, we are 20 of us here. We support our own. We have that slogan in Kenya. We support our own. So if he can get at least the first 20 subscriptions, when he's just standing here before he presents, there's no way he can present if you have not seen. He's just growing it up. So if you can give us the link to his YouTube, everybody goes to the YouTube, just subscribe. If when he starts uploading good videos, those mental health issue videos, we can share. We start that and then he gives us the scan.
You can scan. So far I've only done 2 videos and 1 short video.
Okay. We'll let you do the poem first. We'll wait for the wonderful YouTube debut. So we'll just listen to his poem first.
So have you accessed the channel? Okay. If you have not yet accessed, you can access as I do the presentation. So this poem is about mental illness and also about stigmatization that is there and what we can do. So it goes like this. No bodily aches,
but sick and dying. Tears like blood from heart bleeding, profusely crying. The reason why many trying to hide what is deep inside by saying they are fine is because mental illness is something stigmatized by the society because we think it's madness or a pure insanity. Mistake the sadness for emotional incompatibility, how they've grown to be known as a liability. The way we are judgmental to those people whose illnesses are not in the physical but in the mental is something that makes this topic much sensitive and fundamental. The way we are judgmental to the mental is not called for. So I call forth to action, to in advocacy for mentally ill persons. Before you judge the man for crying, calling him weak, first understand what sinks his brain in an ocean that squeezes off the waters from his eyes when he cries. Before you call a lady moody and irritable, expecting her to snap out of the inevitable. First understand that the expression of emotion should not be taken as an exaggeration, even though it's a hyperbole. The way we are judgmental to these people is not called for. And I'm looking forward to see less judgment on people with depression, the same way we have less judgment on people with hypertension. I'm looking forward to see people being supported with anxieties, the same way they are supported with diseases like colitis. And I'm looking forward to see the care of chronic mental illnesses in those who are schizophrenic, in the same way there's care for physical illnesses for those who are diabetics. I'm looking forward to see a society that is free from all sorts of stigmatization. And there, we can make the world a better place for people with mental illnesses. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Victor. So yeah, nothing for us without us. When we talk about youth and digital mental health, nothing for youth without you. So I know we're running out of time, but I'll show you first 10 seconds of this like wonderful, excellent YouTube video before I go. And this is just an example about digital mental health. It's a mental health conference that I was involved in the academia in Canada. So it's an online conference that really talk about like well-being, talk about mental health in the academia, and not only in Canada. It's a global conference. We have invited speakers from all over the world to join us, and it's an annual conference. So if you are interested in, definitely stay tuned for the conference next year. And it's free, by the way. So we have prepared some discussion questions, but I know like we are running out of time, so we'll definitely talk about that later today, or in our tea break, or lunchtime, or networking time. These are the references we've been used, and I'll show you first 10 seconds of this very, very great video. So make sure to subscribe, follow, and like.
What is mental health? What does it mean to be mentally healthy? Does it mean being sane or being normal or being happy and having no stress? No. This is Erickson Youths, and in this video, we're going to be giving a detailed explanation of the definition of mental health. Let's get started. We all have mental health as much as we have physical health. Health is defined as the state of physical, emotional, and social well-being without absence of disease or infirmity. But in mental health, we focus mostly on the emotional part, since it's a state of emotional well-being that enables us to function normally within the society and to balance conflicts between the reality, self, and others. According to WHO, mental health is defined as the capacity of an individual to form harmonious relationships with others and to participate in or contribute constructively in activities that involve changes in the social.
I'm sure you want to know more about this video, so definitely like, subscribe, follow, and share with your children, with your friends, with your network, with everyone who knows. And I'm sure Victor will show us more and more videos in this channel. So Asante Sana, thank you very much for paying attention, and thank you very much for engaging in this presentation.